All right, Goose, Cosmo,
Hello.
Hi.
Eisen,
What's up?
Nightmare,
G'day.
Short.
Yo.
I've assembled you all together here tonight to talk about a fun thing we did together. We attempted to flawlessly raid the Vault of Glass. So while we watch some of that happening from my point of view, we're gonna comment a bit about what's going on and maybe your feelings about the various stages, or just generally about trying your hardest not to die a horrible and hilarious and embarrassing death. This was our 6th attempt at this particular achievement. We failed 5 times previous to this at various different stages over 2 nights, which I'm sure we'll also talk about during this run, but here we go.
Oh, that's
One
a
of
pretty
these ships
tight
is not like the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Typical-
get the
typical
build
queue.
ready.
I've never
Had
seen
not
the
actually got his
Titan
build.
abilities before, so
Yeah.
I went
Out of
pretty
the raid
defensive
gear.
with the shield.
Out of
so
the raid gear, Titan's the best.
I look like a Vex, which I'm still pretty indifferent about. I don't know if that's a cool thing or a kind of lame thing. I'd
I
rather
think the
look like a
Titan
fallen captain.
helmet is kind of cool with the single eye. It's a little bit menacing.
Yeah,
like this
I
if you're a big, beautiful Titan that didn't need no sparrow.
do like
Alright.
the helmet the best out of all the pieces.
So, Ison, how many times did you die sprinting to the top with me?
How many times did I die?
Nearly.
Yeah,
I
I
came
reversed
close
that
to coming
question.
off.
Your
yeah.
ass.
This is a good moment right here. Yeah, there's Goose not playing for
Yeah.
during this huge moment.
I needed a heavy synthesis. Is really what
going
it
Yeah.
for going for
Um,
quickest wipe.
It actually answers one of my biggest questions about, because our group raids a lot together, and Goose always dies on this first stage within a couple of minutes. And now I see why.
It's because I'm always trying to prep for the first Praetorian. I'm like, hey, Ison, call it. I'll be ready.
It was already there when you hit the start button.
This is very interesting because I have never ever defended this play before.
Yeah, you'll see me waving throughout because I literally had nothing to do for about 80% of this stage for some reason. There was nobody coming up my
I
side.
think our side groups have gotten kind of proficient enough at killing things that they'll pull our Minotaurs off,
Yes.
or Praetorians off of the middle platforms. So that's why I've taken to just kind of standing above their spot.
Yeah,
Right.
Ison and I pull aggro a lot up here on top.
Yeah.
Just-
Cosmo does that all the time, and that works well. Yesterday I was raiding with a less experienced group, and someone pulled the second Praetorian onto our plate, and that didn't unfortunately go quite as well. Having 2 on one plate with a level 26 with you really doesn't work well.
Yeah, I just can't tell, like, which way is it going. They all spawn in the same location, so I'm like, alright, just shoot it.
Yeah, I mean at this point, you can just team shoot them down pretty quick.
Well, the one
as long as
that's-
they're paying attention.
The ones that spawn at the bottom to head up, they usually don't give a shit how much you're shooting them. They're going to go up and get killed by the middle group. But you can take their shields all the way down before they get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I only had 3 visitors during this entire time, so I was looking around, popping people, but we weren't really at any real jeopardy here. So
Yeah, I like
You know.
the bottom Praetorian. It's like he starts walking up towards the middle group, and then once we put enough damage in them, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go back over here and say hi to you.
Well,
I think
got
this
it
run
last
was
round.
also really nice. If you look at the timestamp, we sort of got the door open pretty quickly, and one thing that really helps is me and Cosmo had a little bit of help on that
Spirit
first
Bloom.
Praetorian.
That's
Nice.
Spear Bloom.
You
Dogs.
always have
Upgrade,
one Praetorian
dogs.
off the bat.
Exotics.
Now, I am
for
actually
that.
charging my sparrow up with that right there, and it almost exploded.
Funny story. The run before this, Eisen was still using his sparrow inside the Vault of Glass for whatever reason, and at about this turn, he ran into me full speed and brought me down to about 25% health, which
Which is a shame, because it would have been
Yeah.
far greater if you would have died.
That would have been the
I
most
guess it would have been a
hilarious way.
hilarious death since it's so early and we only spent like 3 minutes getting in. But yeah, it's like no more sparrows. No one's allowed.
yeah,
more sparrows.
that was 5 runs in, so we were feeling it a little bit. Like, come on, dude.
Do you still have the
Get it
videos
together.
from the failed attempts?
I do.
Because you should definitely cut in like the all of the deaths and the.
I'll
Fail
see if I can get
Failtage.
other moments.
I would love to see video of Nightmare dying. Just so we can
Yeah, we're
figure
coming
out
up to one of my favorite
what
deaths
happened?
of all time.
Oh.
Oh.
I think that the best ones are always
Oh.
slightly inexplicable.
So I never knew how a Titan glided.
Yeah, me
until now.
neither. It's pretty
I
interesting.
imagine it's the same as a warlock. I mean, I've only played.
No,
Titan,
we're
but-
we're
No.
much we're
Different.
much warlocks are much floatier.
Okay.
You're very
We're
horizontal.
Very floaty.
Well, I also have a height perk on. There's another perk you can choose that like gives you a really quick burst, but
Okay.
I think that's more suited for Crucible than this stuff.
Look at us all not dying.
And
Like,
if
Look,
you look
taking a
down to the
pause,
right,
wiping our hands, you know.
as we look down this lip here, last time I believe we did this, I jumped down, and where Cute lands, I landed about here and died. So that was the end of
How?
one attempt.
it was amazing.
You know, that remains a mystery, Goose. I think we realize like an element of
Oh,
mystery in our gaming. So
Did
Well,
you have,
that-
I don't know, a
Goose
class
has
turned on
intimate-
that didn't have double jump, maybe?
Yeah,
No,
Goose has
no, I-
intimate knowledge with that jump. and dying from it.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was terrible. I turned on, I came in with my ult, and I had Void leveled all the way up, but I didn't have anything in Solar. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna turn on my Solar so I can res. And then I'm gonna make this jump. And I was like a sack of bricks, just right into the Void. And I'm like, oh, this is awkward. Let me just try this jump again. I must have messed it up somehow. And we wipe and start over, and like, bag of bricks. And I'm like, I'm doing something wrong, guys. I don't know what's happening. Is my game messed up? We do it again for the third time.
By the 6th time, he finally figured it out. So.
Yes. Like, okay, I'll switch to Void for the rest of the game.
yeah, I did the
so
smart
bad.
thing and leveled all of my ults using Sunsinger, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's nice that that was included as an option. You can just start with your secondary class when you start a new character. Because both my Titan also started as defenders.
I was about halfway through my Void when I realized that, and I was like, all right, well, I'm committed.
Yeah.
Huh. So this is what you do all day, Q. You stand up there and
I-
shoot the goblins.
I just sit in the center. You know. It's not too hard. There are some times when the game decides to spawn
Oh.
like 8 hobgoblins, which
we had
gets a little rough, but
Osmo knows all about that. When we get to that point, I'm sure he'll be able to retell his story of how he died in a not so fun way.
it's during. I mean, it was during the Conflux phase, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
it was just at the very end of the Conflux phase. The third top right Conflux disappeared, and it says legions, so we're all ready to collapse into middle, and 6 or 7 hobgoblins appear next to Cosmo and proceed to turn him into Swiss cheese.
You know, the thing I really worried most about this point was how many orbs I made during the Legion phase.
Getting a bit competitive with the orbs.
I don't know, I made one orb one time, and that's all I ever heard after that.
I mean, these phases are pretty easy. The biggest worry is the hobgoblins. They are those legendary jackals.
Right.
I believe one of our almost flawless runs when we weren't trying a couple of weeks ago, Cute was I think we got pretty far. I think we're nearly the end of the Conflux, and Cute got marked by a fanatic, which was fun. But I believe you managed to just, in the very nick of time, get into the circle.
Yeah, sometimes I get a little overzealous trying to refill my ammo.
Hey, you see
Just
that?
be-
I see that perp down there.
Yeah, it's just standing right on the edge of the green pools and waiting for them to disappear.
I never see purple. I'm always using it.
Yeah, this was an
Oh.
There's some purple.
high drop rate of ammo for this stage.
Nah, I see one goblin. I'm like, oh, Galahorn.
That explains a
You
lot,
gotta be
really.
sure. You gotta be sure. Okay, let's be
That
clear.
explains why Goose is always simping that heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Minotaurs get a lot less scary when you're level 30 with the Galahorn in your body.
It really is amazing that we didn't have a wipe due to a rocket suicide.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, we were close.
Yeah.
If not this run, then
Yes, absolutely. I
A
was
couple of times.
there's definitely a couple points later in the Vault of Glass where I always kind of expected it to happen.
I think I was running a machine gun on this stage though, because I knew Tort was behind me with a Galahorn, and I can just give him a shout, and he'll, always send a rocket over my way if I need one.
Well, yeah, I
So
mean,
I was
it's not
saving
like-
myself a bit of trouble there.
Not like I need to aim that much. So, just in
I
the
don't know.
general direction.
I don't know if the guys on the left felt this way, but my biggest worry was always backing off that ledge on the
So-
furthest
so-
left side.
That sounds like that's what ballistic.
Sounds
told
like
me.
Goose.
So, I
But
played
say, I
this with
never got that
ballistic a
close to
couple
a ledge.
times, and he said that when he played the left side, he fell off all the time, and when he played the right side, he was fine, and he never fell off, and I couldn't figure out why that was.
Yeah, on the left-hand side of that back pillar, just right there off the screen, it's so easy just to go off when you're getting pressure from like 3 or 4 hobgoblins, and you're just backing.
Right.
Hmm.
I just thought it was.
Yeah,
That was
it's
interesting.
probably
A lot of
just
harpies.
because of where they're coming from. Yeah, that's
Right.
a shitload of harpies. Yeah, because when you're on the left, they're coming through that middle channel.
There's
on
that
the
one
right.
orb Goose, that one valiant orb of light.
Totally.
Nice.
I like to think it made a difference for someone.
Get 8.
But that rocket that I was talking about earlier, where we played through some of our runs where someone died just to kind of practice the rest of the run. And there was at one point during the Atheon fight, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna die right here at Atheon. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered because we had already failed earlier in the run, but it's like, I'm gonna drop this bubble. I dropped the bubble, and in third person view, when you go and do your super, you go in third person. I see Nightmare like 2 feet to my left with his Galahorn out. And I'm like, oh, that would have been the worst way to lose
Well-
flawless.
That makes sense
Puts
because
a rocket straight into the bubble.
Don't
did
believe
have
I
some,
did that time, but last night we were doing it with Deej actually, and a couple of
that
people
was-
hadn't done it before. So let's do the strat where we have the relic guy jump in the central platform, the floating one, and hold the shield, and we'll shoot through that and shoot the boss. And I hadn't combined that with the Galahorn strategy before, so I didn't
Right.
realize that doesn't actually work. And two
No.
of us just put rockets straight into the shield.
Yep.
Yeah, so after 3 people died, we were like, the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Just wipe it. Just wipe it.
Yeah, we ran into that problem a little more often when, before we got to 30 when we were doing the weapons of light in the middle strategy, where everybody would jump into the bubble, and there was definitely times when we didn't seem quite clear on which bubble you could shoot through and which bubble you couldn't shoot through, and that led to some rockets into.
You can't fire
The answer
rockets
is
through either of
none.
the bubbles. Just to be clear.
Right. Yeah,
I think we were using a lot of sniper rifles when we were doing that weapons of light strategy. We hadn't
Right.
quite picked up
Like,
the Galahorn damage yet.
I was already using my Galahorn, but I would jump and fire just to make sure I was nowhere near either of those bubble shields.
Yeah, I don't know. How could somebody shoot standing still? That just feels so awkward.
Yeah,
Oh, he's-
Goose's strafing is
Goose-
a constant source of worry for myself.
Goose stumbles around while sniping like Jackie Chan doing drunken style. So
I don't know how many bullets actually hit from
Yeah.
Goose's gun either. So I mean, the efficacy of that strategy.
Yeah, he's just stumbling around in
Whoa.
front of you. You just have to be
Whoa,
real
look at
careful.
all those orbs, Goose.
That was a lot of orbs.
Man,
So
I
right
have no
there.
idea what that's like.
Yeah, cut.
That was you, Goose.
Oh, was it? No. See, I still don't know.
Yeah, I have always raid Sunsinger, so I have this problem now where I just can't bring myself to use Radiance when I'm not dead, even in a flawless where I'm not expecting
Why are you
to
throwing
die.
grenades there?
Because that's the only time I felt safe using mine. That was
Because
me.
radiance.
There's so
Yeah.
many
Yeah,
orbs
Radiance.
everywhere.
There's-
just
there's-
pop radiant, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I just pop it and throw it at the grenades at the fanatics, and then pick up the 83 orbs on the ground.
You can see the trail of where Goose was going while he shit orbs out.
To cover.
It's just goose droppings.
Yeah, I have a real problem partying with my super energy too. Like I don't think I've used it once this run. I just, I have to hold on to it like potions in RPGs. Like I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need all these later
Yep.
eventually. And then I end the game with like 99.
I think I popped Radiance once in the Gatekeeper phase for the extra damage resistance. I'd switched it over to the damage resistance buff, and that I sort of knew what I was going into and I wanted to pop it there, but it still hurt me a little bit that it wasn't 100% necessary.
I found I used it a lot more when I was a Voidwalker because there was really no reason to save it. Like you're not doing any really specific team.
Nice slide shot, cute.
Gotta keep it flaring.
You're not performing any specific team-related task with the Voidwalker. You're just
Briefly see me running for my life.
Yeah, I think this phase certainly is harder than the previous phase just because of those snipers. Even the raw 30s and their 26, they still hurt.
Left side was taken care of.
Right,
For the most part.
You go strafing all over the place, firing off rifle rounds.
Stumbling around on that block, trying not to fall off. That's what Goose was doing.
The sunburned strafe. I think the biggest problem we have on the right is, I usually have my sniper out for like oracles, and if I see a goblin, I'll take aim at him, and someone will hit him with like a scout rifle. Be like, oh.
Bring his shield up.
Yeah.
Yep. There's me with Vision of Confluence. Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely guilty of that. Sitting at the back there. I would try to keep an eye out on the snipers, but couldn't always one-shot them, so I would just pop shields to make them stop shooting at whoever they're shooting at.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real way to get around that. I mean, them being staggered still helps, but...
Right.
On my position, I'm the only one that can really, most of the time, see the front left sniper, so I'm trying to take him down with Atheon's epilogue, which is like this process.
Well, it's a lot nicer now that you're at 30.
True.
I was leaving it just a taunt and cute on the right when I wasn't running the scout rifle, but now I'm running Confluence. I can't help myself. I think I'm running Plan C as a secondary as well. I used to run, I think what's it called, Icebreaker is really nice on this fight. If you're getting a little less ammo, I think this run was pretty good for ammo.
Yeah.
Sometimes it sucks, and Icebreaker is great for the snipers.
I could never try my baller horn to use an icebreaker. That'd be blasphemy. Gotta have a baller horn.
Once again, I wasn't running Galahorn right now because I was terrified of rocketing someone right in front of me and dying. Especially those Minotaurs, they'll teleport right up in front of you as you fire.
That's why I pull out the Comedian and just put it in their face.
I don't think I've ever killed a PvE monster with a shotgun.
I use the shotgun all the time, but I don't think I've ever used it in the vault.
I don't think I've used a
Vision,
shotgun.
Confluence, and Comedian all the time for me.
I've used a shotgun since the patch went out that nerfed them, to be honest. I've just been fusion rifles all the way.
Well, breaking news, Found Verdict still works real good.
Yeah.
My Plan C has been doing pretty well in the Crucible, I gotta say. That extra range, I just back away from people now while I'm holding it down.
I still see a lot of comedians and invisible hands as well.
Yep. Yeah, the demise of the shotgun was greatly exaggerated.
I don't even understand the shotgun stats. Like,
Me neither.
I look at
I don't
Found
know.
Verdict and I'm like, wow, that's the best. And then I look at Invisible Hand and it's like, that's the worst. And then you like play with it and you're like, oh no, this is the best. You play with Comedian and you're like, this is like between the two. And you're like, oh, this is the best.
Yeah, it's just kind of it feels like more of a personal feeling and style kind of thing, where it's like, whatever you feel comfortable with using.
Back left.
Okay.
Here goes my #1 Oracle assist. Alright.
I think we can all agree, though, that Invective is not worth an exotic slot.
Yes. We can definitely.
I hate Invective.
All I ever saw was Nightmare, Cute, and Tort taking out Oracles. Even Oracles they weren't assigned to.
Oracle killer weapons are a lot of fun
the
on this
Oracle
phase.
call-ups are so frantic.
Yeah.
Urgent.
All I would hear was I would hear a call out. I would spin towards that Oracle and start shooting at it.
Yeah.
By the way, we still yet to miss an Oracle.
Over the entire lifetime, or just over in these runs?
I think over the lifetime. I don't know if we've missed any.
We haven't missed one.
No.
I don't think so.
As far as
Possible.
like the Oracles in this phase, not
But
the
it's a Templar phase.
Templar phase, we've missed some.
It feels really good though to one-shot a Hobgoblin, right?
That's why
Oh, yeah.
I love hand cannons so much.
I feel good watching cute one-shot the hobgoblins.
Such bastards.
The loot gods are watching. I would quite like that piece that Cute's using right now, that hand cannon. You know,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
could
I second
deliver that
motion.
to me at some point.
Fatebringer
Appreciate
is the
it.
best.
Well,
the
even
best
when I
gun in the
pull off their
game.
head and they
Bungie don't
can't
nerf it.
interrupt again, that's so good.
Well, the funny thing is, I did the
Oh,
Nightfall.
cute poaching those oracles.
Yep, see, exactly.
I shoot everyone.
Funny thing, I did the Nightfall yesterday and ended up getting the last word finally, and then decided to do it again
Nice.
No, no.
on alt,
Tal
and
and
then got
I,
it again.
Tal and I
Oh,
took McSquishin, an ally, out. He had 2 kills and got the last word.
I want that gun so bad.
We carried a 25 through the Nightfall.
I think
He
that's
got
that's my last exotic I need as well. I think that'll be the last weapon I don't have.
It's so good.
Yeah, like hand cannons are definitely my favorite primary.
All I can hear is the stories.
I had never used one until I got the W No from a random drop. It's pretty good.
The
I
last
use-
word has its own animation, by the way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is great.
Well,
Well, it's
I
got
use lower high
animations for
fixer.
everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, even when I watch you, I can see your animation, which is kind of cool.
When you're firing, when you're reloading, and even when you pull out the weapon.
Yeah,
You
you're
melee,
you're-
don't you pistol whip them too?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't actually tried.
Oh, you ruined my triple oracle.
Yeah, I do my best to ninja them from Cute, but Praetor's Revenge is just too quick.
Well,
Good.
in normal mode, they're, 2 shots. If anyone puts like 1 damage into them, 2-shot them with the Praetus.
I think I normally got 3 or 4 rounds of Confluence in before you finished it off.
I think it's more than 2 rounds with my gun.
Yeah, I think we were using the same gun. It's just like, let me use like 1.5 clips and it'll be fine.
Speaking of bullet hoses, I just earlier today ran the Nightfall and got a Dr. Nope and one of the perks was the last bullet in this gun deals extra damage.
Oh yeah.
Which is possibly the worst upgrade I have ever seen for a weapon in Destiny, and that's saying something.
Enjoy the extra 10%.
Yeah, oh, I
Instead of
enjoy the
9
Ascendant
damage, it does
Energy.
10.
Whatever, I still
added
think
it to my
All of the
collection.
rocket
I'll
launcher
show you.
recoil reductions are just like, why? Why would I want to like sacrifice velocity to make this rocket launcher have less recoil?
Just so you can watch it cruise just
I think
a
the
little bit
call
slower.
out for that last sniper was pretty extreme. There's still a sniper up, guys! You're not okay yet!
He should not
Yeah.
be alive.
Yeah, the adrenaline gets to you a little bit, especially near the end of the encounters.
Yeah, you got that no duts hanging over your head. Every little thing is like,
Yep.
times
I don't know.
100.
For a moment, I was looking up at that back left pillar, and I was like, man, there's some heavy up there. I wonder if I can get it.
Oh, if you would end the raid like that in a turn back now death, oh my god.
We would have just brought BC in. I mean, don't even worry about it, Goose.
Yeah.
Starting to wonder, wasn't there like a bathroom break right here? Like I need to wipe my hands off,
Yeah, I
get this
think-
pizza grease
Yep.
off my
2
controller.
attempts before this. I think Tort took a little break, and we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That happened.
Yeah.
I came back and you guys were all
If
shooting.
you just started the Templar, Tort's in still, defending.
Cosmo
Behind
was
the back line,
assigned
the
to
back
his
right
life.
pillar.
I nudged him like further back into cover, so
Cosmo,
Gotta
you
dance
keep
with that
Tort
raid.
alive no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into cover, Cosmo. Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it was,
this is
it's
to
interesting.
date this video. This is after the Templar, the sniper platforms patch, I guess. It's the best
Yeah.
name for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think we would have done that anyways. I've only
It
done
not-
that once, and it's
It's
both
really
of the, like all the ways to beat this guy that aren't the normal way are much more dangerous in my opinion than just fighting him straight up.
Yep.
Yes.
Look at him floating back here. I've never seen him do that before. He was just,
yeah, we were like,
He's
oh,
just-
he's coming right at me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, does he want to walk off the back of the map? I don't understand.
Yeah, once again, that run with DJ this week, we got him to about 3%, and he just walked himself off the mat before we could kill him. Okay. if you insist, Templar.
Yeah, I remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we got the Templar to go off that back right corner, and we were confused. Like, wow, how'd that
Yeah,
happen?
that was our second run ever. We were just
Yeah,
like,
that was-
he fell off at
With
about
Lance down
50%.
instead of taut, and Lanny just goes, "Oh, he fell off, guys."
And that was before like the cheese way was really, you know, prominent, like so no one really knew yet.
So this teleport block, I think I got it like at the last second. Yeah, I just jumped in
Nice.
right then.
Wow, that was pretty crazy. This one coming up is the same way. Just kind of let it hang for a while, and then
Oh,
should not have worked.
Yeah. But I really think if we had kept trying at the last one, we probably could have got him without teleporting, but it was probably safe to just let it go.
Yeah, we had a lot of
I think you
Minotaurs up
might
at that
see
point.
it here. I think I turned and I had
We
like
had,
no health, and I just
we had
saw a
3 or
shitload of
4.
harpies.
Right behind Cute on the radar, and we had
Boom,
3 or 4
boom.
Minotaurs up, and I
Yeah.
just
Oh, the
called
Minotaur
it
hitting
off.
you?
Yeah, I didn't even turn. I was just like, oh shit, no health.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit, I'm out.
Yeah, then you'll see Cute. You'll see Cute look back towards that side. You'll see a lot of Minotaurs coming up the side.
Oh god.
Yeah, they're there. Hey guys.
There's 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel justified in calling the no teleport block there.
Clean that
Just
up.
let him go. It's cool. All of a sudden, the 2 harpies ahead of my side are just nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
I think in the
scary.
future, if I was running Void Walker and we just allocated myself on the right and someone on the left to cover the Minotaurs, just focus on that, we could easily do it without having a teleport.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
this last
Well, I
pixel
mean, I
disappear.
probably could have sat there and taken the death too. I mean, not on this run. If we were going for that,
That would have not been
you know,
ideal.
and all yeah, I could have sat there and blocked them and taken the death, but
Ah, the good feelings.
I just had to say I was pretty excited I didn't get caught in geometry with that damn relic this time.
By the way, those orbs that Goose shit out way back in the Conflux phase are still sitting there. He
I
refuses
told
to
you,
use it.
I don't use a super.
Best chest
I
in the
used. I
game
think I
coming
used it.
up.
I
Yup.
think I used it once because I was scared, and then once to block his teleports.
Oh, Xerxes!
Xerxes,
Yeah.
wow. Cute's
Nice
definitely
loot.
ahead on the loot.
Slapping that right in place of the baller horn.
Yeah.
Probably see me pause here after we finish these jumps.
Well, give it a couple of weeks and to nerf the Bowler Horn, then you can have a replacement lined up.
Oh no!
So much fun.
Don't
Yeah,
take away
so
the
we
wolf
went this way because it's a lot safer.
Yeah, you'll see me right in front of Cube.
I'm
being
not actually
very
sure.
conservative.
I mean, I guess it could be safer, but I feel like it has more opportunities to kill you rather than one very difficult or very dangerous opportunity to kill you.
No, I don't jump like Cute. Let's be clear. I go straight down.
Yeah.
Well,
I usually run through as fast as I can.
Yep, me
This
too.
run I was just being, you know, extra super double
yeah,
careful.
using all those little ledges and stuff. You know.
I do remember some fun races down here with Cute and Nightmare, just trying to be the first one down, and they're
Yep.
very, very fun.
Yeah. Who can fall the furthest before they tap A?
Yeah.
Playing chicken with
Oh.
the ground.
Triple tap.
I think there were a couple of times my character hit the ground and she makes that awful noise where it sounds like she's just broken every bone in her body. But then it's like, okay, nope, there's no actual damage. You know, the health bar's fine. She's just making some
Yeah.
noise. Like,
I don't know, man. It's like, did somebody step on a cat?
Yeah.
Crystals.
Was it said that people falling sound like a dustbin being thrown out a window?
that was, yeah.
That was the Titan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in
The
the
Titan.
Gorgon phase, I believe that was my...
Yeah, every time they
Feeling.
come off that pillar, it's like clunk.
So that's
Which,
what
you
we
know,
pick up
is
the
a pretty good
trash.
analogy for a Titan, for those of us who aren't Titans.
Trash can. Just a big trash can.
Trash can being thrown out a window.
Heavily armored trash can.
What other kind of trash can is there?
This is where I had to split off. And
We
do
got
that
some
Do you have-
plastic
do you have-
ones. Yeah.
Demilitarized trash
All
cans.
right.
Omega?
Gorgon
Now for my
time.
favorite part of the whole raid.
Yes.
Now we've done this like 20 times together at this point,
Yeah.
and we were flawless most of the time in this stage. Unless
This
we
was
won-
flawless.
Hey,
in inverted
normal
commas.
and
This is
hard.
flawless.
Yeah, this is normal mode. This is easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just follow cute, you know, we don't have to
Oh,
do
Tort's
any
hurt.
Gorgon stuff. We've done it a million times without being seen.
I I think I threw off my chi on this one because the earlier run we also kind of messed it up. So we didn't have one that messed us up this time come through. And I still remembered it being the same way.
See, I
feel
was
like
about
the feng
3
shui in
players.
the labyrinth is all off.
I was about 3 players behind you, Cute, and talking to Nightmare at this point, and we were watching the rear, and then I just see this green pixel move off the top. And bad things were gonna happen, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah. So
you will see
second,
on my radar that I was not watching my radar. I was just totally keyed in on this one guy. That's when I go. When this guy goes around, not this guy, but the next guy, when he goes around the corner, I'm like, it's time to go, and just totally oblivious
everyone throw
to
their
this.
trash cans.
Yeah.
We follow Cute. We always follow Cute.
Honestly, after this run, I'm not sure why, but
We have radar contact.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go, guys.
We were so
Fortunately,
spread out.
Cute doesn't even really contribute to this particular kill.
Yeah.
He's a bit out of position.
Corner and be like, oh, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Hey, we should probably leave now.
Run!
Yep,
And then
let's get out of here,
Cute's like,
guys.
well,
We
fuck
got
that
this.
guy.
It's easy. Yeah. Oh wait, another one.
Yeah, this guy got interested in what was going on back here.
But look at that bottom half. How
Now,
quickly that
chaos,
bottom half
mass
went
chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun when you've got a flawless run going and you see immune pop up on the screen when you shoot them.
No. But see, I was the last person in this trail of 6 here, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't see where the entrance is. I'm getting lost again. Oh no!
I think at this point we're all dying of laughing right now.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
It's like the most ridiculous.
And heart problems.
The previous run,
Moment of-
we had also killed 2 Gorgons, so at this point we were
It's like,
a bit
man,
out of it.
We used to know how to do that Gorgon phase, and then we forgot. That's what happened.
So at this
Well,
point,
what-
I'm coming through here, and I'm like, guys, I'm going first.
Goose has a history
Our
of not
first
making this
run-
jump.
Yeah, our first run we got this far without dying. You know, which is how you do anything difficult. Like first time, you're like, okay, real easy, and then it takes you 10 more times if you don't do it right. But
And Goose did not make that first one, so we made him do it 5 times over just to be sure. Went back in again.
Exclamation point.
I think Goose probably did it the best out of all of us this time. I mean, that looked really solid.
I
Who
thought I
goes
did it
next?
fine until I saw this video that from Cute's perspective,
It's a
which
tandem jump.
terrifies me.
Yeah, it's you and Nightmare go at the same time. When
Oh.
I think the times before I started talking about, I was critiquing your guys' jumps, and someone told me to shut the fuck up, like because I was doing a good jump. You guys were freaking the fuck out. So I watched you both jump, and I'm like, oh fuck no. this is
Yeah,
bad.
I think I waited a little bit too long. In the future, I'll jump a little earlier.
Okay, this jump for me, I nearly shit myself. Just because when I finally hit the bottom, I had like less than 1/10 of health left.
Yeah, you hit that first one early.
And crap.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not good at jump puzzles, so the fact that I didn't die in the jump puzzle once during our 6 tries was kind of amazing. It's
You
just
got it down
my-
pat though. You seem to
Well,
have the timing
I-
down fine.
Yeah, you know, sort of. I have timing down. It's not good timing, but I made it across every time.
You're getting a lot of
You
hype
go-
there.
Yeah, you
Wow.
get a lot of
Yeah.
hype.
Yes, I do.
Got to fall a little bit more. It's,
Yeah, that would probably lower the degree of
it's
difficulty.
actually really nice looking back over it from someone else's perspective to to critique
It's-
yourself, being able to go right. I need to do this a little bit differently.
Go watch that game take, Nightmare.
Yeah, the time before this doing that jump, I actually on my run up, I was so nervous I forgot to hit the jump button. I got like maybe my toe like off the edge, and I was like, oh shit, and really quick like backed up. But I almost just walked off the edge and ended it for us.
Yeah, once I made it across, I that first jump you do on that cliff, that first gap, I actually didn't want to do it because I was kind of shaking a little bit. And so I was like, I'm gonna wait right here just in case somebody else dies and I don't have to make that jump because I'm not sure I can do it right now.
I was thinking, are you gonna watch someone else doing it, Goose? Like you were waiting up for everyone.
I was just waiting for somebody else to die in case I did it and died.
Yeah, I mean, reading
And,
about that stuff on Reddit, there's been a couple threads made about it. People are always like, you know, when someone brings up the jump puzzle, people are like, "Why do you guys have trouble with that? That's like the easiest part." You know,
Obviously,
you can
when
just one-shot it. It's like, well, you know, if anything can one-hit kill you, it's
the jump.
just way scarier than being in combat.
So we're just going over the fight here, and because it's the final stretch, doing some warm-ups. You see, we start doing some squats here. Just trying,
you gotta stay
trying to
loose,
get
especially
the
after
blood
those,
flowing.
I feel like
and
we
I-
should have done this before the jump.
This is us shaking it out. I mean,
Yep.
Take it.
Just,
It's also
you know,
a good time to lament the fact there isn't a burpee emote, because I feel like that's a good all-body exercise to do to just get it going. We didn't really do any arm stuff here, and I feel like we could have improved on that if they gave us the tools.
I mean,
And
you
walk it out.
gotta,
Walk it
you
out.
gotta, you gotta really stretch it out if you're gonna go back or forward in time. That's just common sense.
nobody wants to cramp up in the past.
Yeah.
We played this pretty safe too. We stayed inside the door for.
This had been one of the few times where we actually had a legitimate death from game mechanics, so to speak, where it wasn't sort of, it was a bit glitchy. Basically, I was in the right side portal for the gatekeepers. You'll see Q go into the left to get the relic, and I died from a hobgoblin doing something weird. It said killed by the architects, but it was still, unpleasant. So we were very nervous going into this, and we sort of had to devise a bit of a new strategy to make sure it didn't happen again.
What was the new strategy? Is it the one where I saved the fucking day?
I believe that's what it was called. It was Cosmo Saves the Day.
I don't know,
Basically,
man. My
I go in
jump
there
snipes
and quiver
sucked
behind a
good
pillar,
this week.
and
Yes.
Cosmo comes in and saves me.
See, previous
Actually-
runs, I would run to the top up here and be like, "Where's all the snipers?"
I don't have any snipers.
Now I go behind the stairs and I
Yo,
don't ever
cute,
poke
there's
my
an
head up.
engram over there.
Now look at that green.
You can go
The
pick that
discipline
up.
Q shows in not going for the engram
I
is
have
outstanding.
upwards of 1,000 plasteel platings, so
I'd
I'm
hope
good
so,
on
given the
green
loot
engrams.
caving you did. So
I did a little bit of loot caving.
You got the
Just
achievement?
little.
My Cryptarch might be level 40.
I missed it. I was
okay.
looking for.
Wow.
Man, see how quickly Cute burns a heavy? That's so fast, so fast. I don't know what that's like.
All the past.
I got that macroed on my turbo controller.
So at this point, I'm in the future portal again. I'm thinking, right, I won't die this time, and I get hit by 2 hobgoblins, and I see a couple of goblins advancing towards me while I hide behind a pillar. And all I really can do is smack one with my melee so that I get an overshield, and that has saved my life. But that was
crying
definitely the most
too.
nerve-wracking part of this run for me, I think, because I was very, very close to dying. Happened to get that
Q
punch
can't
off in
decide
time.
which weapon he wants to kill these minotaurs
Yeah,
with.
he's like, so many choices.
Well, the rest of the strategy, I know I need tons of rockets, so I gotta use exactly enough to
Luckily,
kill
Oh.
the
there's 2 more heavy ammo for you, right in the portal, just waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I've learned something new every time I've gone in this portal, though. I've done it so many times, but I always pick up faster ways to do it.
But see, at this point, we're on the outside, killing all the Praetorians.
The most important strat
Get
though,
those
is
beads.
That hand cannon's baller as hell.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just waiting for Nightmare now. We've had issues with not killing our gatekeepers at the same time before.
See, I don't even look at this point. I'm usually just, I'll twitch over to look at Tort and Cosmo, and they'll call Praetorian, and I just look over there and then send a Gallahorn, and then look back at
Yeah, that 4 orbs is me popping Radiance and just firing Gallahorn rockets into the Gatekeeper until he goes away.
Run like hell!
This is definitely the easier gate to run out of, because you don't have Hobgoblins sniping at you.
Mhm.
Your
Or the
Minotaurs
giant gap
don't
to
really do a
cross.
lot.
Well, I haven't been in the other
You have more cover there
is
too.
Is there another like path you can go down even? Or do you just have to go straight?
There's
There
there's
are,
enough
but they're
open ground
way out of
that
the
you're
fucking
pretty much
way.
guaranteed to get hit. It's not a lot of fun, that one.
Goose, run to the center.
Who the fuck?
There was a Praetorian. I had to finish him.
There's about to be born.
I think we're coming up to Q
lot.
nearly dying from a Praetorian.
This is probably my scariest combat part. Yeah.
Like, where did the
I
damage
can
go?
never get this timing down, where where you're supposed to rush in before he. I've been able to do it sometimes, just I guess flukily, where you dash punch him and stun him and he doesn't punch you back, but this one's the worst.
I'm on the left side doing the jump punches.
Oh god.
Like, hey, you don't have the relic anymore.
I don't do any of the dashes. It's always the jump up in the air and slam the ground. The knockback on that's really reliable relative to just pressing right trigger.
Can you still shoot the relic at him in that phase?
Yep.
And there's-
Yeah, you don't have a lot of super energy, so you can only do it once or twice.
Yeah, whenever I've tried to super a guy, he just teleports straight to sacrificing himself. So I'm just like,
This is the easiest. This is the easiest section for me. I just sit back here on this pillar and watch Cute shoot things.
Yeah,
What's
I
up,
was
Boogie Duty?
I was pissing off Atheon just to
Yeah,
really
you
give
were
myself a good
aggroing
run.
him.
Yeah, I was like, Nightmare, let's not
Yeah.
die here.
I think I was sitting behind that pillar at this
I
time.
had a
just-
gun, I could see an enemy. What else am I gonna do?
I'm just waiting for that one shot.
Where the fuck do we go?
So is this where I run up, guys?
this didn't go as smoothly as I had hoped it did. Because we're going to use the strategy where we all have Baller Horns and just burn Atheon down as quick as we can. And I had been trying to get a bubble outside of the portal that our team was in, but I'm super late here. There's time to vengeance. Yep.
And we all
There's
get out of the
bubble.
portal and turn to
Yeah, I
the
don't
left.
think
So I
you
don't
guys
think
did
any
it.
of us. Nope.
You still.
I did
20
almost
seconds
shoot
before
Cosmo in the
anyone
back of the
starts
head
firing.
with my
Yeah.
Gjallarhorn though. That was terrific fun.
My-
Almost killing myself right then.
My first shot goes off right around now.
Yeah, I looked at his health and I was like, oh shit, we're not
Yeah, he's
gonna
like
do
barely
this.
halfway with 5 seconds left, and then you're taking damage.
You can see me jumping around a bit at the end, so you can try and not shoot someone in the head.
Gun goes down.
And it all feels so good.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Better than WoW.
And
There it is.
Yeah. Huge weight off the shoulders there.
Being in Australia,
Uh-huh.
the lag meant I
Uh-huh.
didn't get mine for about 4.5
Well,
days.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't get mine till the next day when I signed on. So I hear you.
I still haven't seen it.
That night I went online and I looked up, alright, how do I make my achievement pop? And I saw the workflow and did it. Once I saw it pop, out of all the achievements I've ever earned, I mean, this one was just the most anxiety inducing. I mean,
It's
just
pretty good.
felt great when it was done. I mean, it was really good.